I break your camera.
How about that? It proves that Mr. Galileo was correct in his findings.
When the building went down, my first reaction was, well, let's simply replicate what was there. My first reaction is to think about over 5,000 people who were still missing. The families of those people, the tragedy, the magnitude of it. However, I firmly believe that we should rebuild. And I said, you know, we've had such terrible loss of life. Maybe the smartest thing to do is pull it. And they made that decision to pull, and then we watched the building collapse.
Al-Qaeda took credit for it.
The bin Laden sits in Afghanistan. There is a source of
who else
terror.
do you identify, though? Because we're not saying he's responsible for this necessarily.
No, we don't say that he's responsible. Iran, Iraq, Libya, North Korea, these kind of states should be treated as rogue states.
White phosphorus in the heart of Gaza's neighborhoods. On the ground in Jabalia, home to more than 100,000 Palestinians, children unaware of the deadly toxin dropped on them, naively playing with the munitions.
Out of sight and out of touch.
That's pretty humorous, Dave.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
You will never see it coming. A foundation on which to build. The whole building was built like that. That was the bottom part.
Those that got killed in Pennsylvania, those that got killed in Washington, and there was a bomb that killed a few people at the World Trade Center in 1993. And you see the lights coming through. This is heated in the winter, so you have...
Not like this.
Build on that 16-acre site, build a 2 million square foot building on that site. Instead of being a 2 million square foot building, it became a 1,600,000 square foot building. What we're now looking at is a building that will enable Greenwich Street to move in a southerly direction. It does the trick, and it works.
This building is this very simple prism that would sit on this site, sitting back and letting that view corridor stretch all the way through, binding together these two parts of the city that were really destroyed when the World Trade Center went in to block it. This building is completely dependent upon its site. It completely fits into the context of New York. Its building is the shape of the streets. And I think in that strong simplicity and clarity of this openness of this building will be a striking marker, more like the great obelisk leading into Luxor. It's the marker for the place of World Trade Center. Thank you. Thank you.
First of all, I want to say that we are grateful to Larry Silverstein, who showed a lot of concern and interest and flexibility during this whole process. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Like every developer in this city, Larry Silverstein does want to have a legacy.
In a normal demolition project, you can see the structure, you can walk through it, you can study each floor, you can study how it's put together, but this one's like a house of cards.